Hey everybody, my name is Lewis, this is Man Bites Film, and this week we're doing a special little thing. Well, first of all, we're reviewing one of my favorite films that is currently streaming on Netflix, and of course this is going back to the Kubrick well. This is Full Metal Jacket, and after Full Metal Jacket, after our feature artist rather, we are going to be going in depth on what I thought was the biggest sore points in the Academy Awards that just passed this last weekend. I want to hit a couple of points a couple of snubs, a couple of, shameful gifts that were given out. So we'll go into that in a little bit later. But now I want to review Full Metal Jacket. I had done last year the review for a Stanley Kubrick film as a director as a whole and two of my favorite films. The Shining and Clockwork Orange, which is my favorite film of all time. Alright. This one is right after. This is number 3 on my Kubrick film list. This is Full Metal Jacket. This film stars Vincent D'Onofrio, Matthew Modine, Lee Army, and Adam Baldwin. Those are the main stars, the main the main standing people, the people that have actually gotten a career out of this film. And all 4 of them are amazing in this. Alright? Adam Baldwin doesn't come out until the second half of the film, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on that. But I want to concentrate on the first one half of the film, primarily. It's basically the story of these soldiers that are going into boot camp to go to Vietnam. Alright? And it follows the story of this group of people that are trying to get past boot camp. And after the boot camp happens and all the trials and tribulations that they go through, then they go off into Vietnam. And this is basically 2 films. You have the first film that is boot camp, and then the second film is the Vietnam. Alright, the boot camp. You have one of my favorite all-time scenes. I love this. Stanley Kubrick, hats off. He did an amazing job with this, and the way it happened is really interesting. Lee Army, which is Sergeant Hartman, he's the main sergeant, the drill sergeant for this group of people, and he actually was supposed to be the military consultant for the film. And Kubrick saw that this guy does so much better job. He's like, why the hell am I hiring an actor to do this when I have a perfect person that is actually a drill sergeant for the military? How perfect would that be? And he got the job. And the most famous scene is the drill sergeant just biting the heads off of this squad. And the squad just eating it up because they're completely scared shitless of this guy, and he obliterates them with the most entertaining lines ever. I want to give you a quick sample, a quick variety of them. So here goes a couple clips of them.
Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant? You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Bullshit. It looks to me like the best part of you ran down to crack your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. Holy dog shit. Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, private cowboy. You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. Or I will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you.
Alright, so I hope you guys have really enjoyed that. That is awesome scene in the film. But then, after this scene, that's where it starts developing the characters. Every single character in this film develops in its own way. And Private Joker, which is the Matthew Modine character, is phenomenal in this. He basically starts off, he's put to hold over D'Onofrio's character, which is Private Pyle, or Gomer Pyle, whatever the hell you want to call him. But he is basically a complete freaking mess. This guy can't stand his 2 feet. He's mentally retarded, I'm guessing. I honestly think that. And he's a mess in this film. He is the quintessential person that was drafted but was not ready to be in the military. And just like an average person like you and me, we might have to encounter the same type of thing if we went to a boot camp. I'm not made to go into the army. I know that though. That's why I ain't going into the army. But this guy, he was drafted into it. He was forced into it. The poor guy doesn't even know what hits him when he gets drafted into the military. And he's stuck with this crazy drill sergeant that completely obliterates the little self-esteem that this guy had. And Modine's character, Joker, is supposed to be his support. So he kind of helps him and gets him to the point where he actually is able to pass the boot camp. And he passes the boot camp. And in one of the most beautifully shot bathroom scenes, and yes, Stanley Kubrick has an obsession with bathrooms, and this is no different. This is the middle point in the film, and it has one of the most impactful scenes I have ever seen portrayed on film. It is beautifully shot, beautifully acted, and the music, the score is elegant, and it takes you into the characters, and it quickly dissolves any inhibitions that you had before this scene, and you just completely absorbed into this scene, and you feel the anguish that this guy's going through. It's a little bit overacted. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the 70s and how acting was, and you'll understand the context of it. And it's a little bit overacted, but not in a way that it distracts you. Okay, so that's a little warning on that, and I'm not gonna spoil that scene because that is an excellent scene. All right, so then that's the end of the first half of the film, and honestly, my favorite part of the film. Then the second part, it actually follows them into Vietnam, and the Joker character encounters Animal Mother, which is Adam Baldwin, very young Adam Baldwin, and their crazy adventure in Vietnam, and the famous scene with the prostitute crossing the street and saying offering herself for $5, and that is a phenomenal scene. It's a throwaway scene. It has no bearing on the story, but it's just so well put, and it completely cuts the film in half with that scene, jumping from the bathroom scene to that. All right, with a phenomenal piece of music as well. All right, then it follows them on a mission that they're going into, and they're one of the most iconic scenes I've ever seen in a film. Again, this is Stanley Kubrick. The man is a freaking genius. He grabs the most boring subject, the people walking through brush of wood, and he grabs that scene and grabs your attention with the beautiful landscapes, the sun setting in the background, the golden hour shine behind these soldiers walking fully armored. Not in Vietnam. It's shot all in a back lot next to his house. All right, the man is insane. He grabbed all these palm trees, all these buildings, everything, and he put it in England. He got it exported from all these different countries and brought it to England for the set, because he didn't want to use fake trees. He wanted to use real trees. The guy is totally nuts, but he makes one of the most beautiful scenes with an excellent choice in songs. They're singing the Mickey Mouse Club song. They're whistling it rather, and it's just so beautifully put together, and it just personifies this film as a whole so perfectly. No other director could have pulled this off any better than him. IMDb gives it an 8.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomato gives it a 95%, which is freaking phenomenal. And myself, I give it a 9.8 out of 10. This film is fantastic. It's currently streaming on Netflix. Please watch this. If you haven't seen this in years, give it another shot again. If you have never seen this film, you better go and watch this right now. All right, this is awesome movie. Okay, Netflix has it. You have to watch this. So now, without further ado, I'm gonna go into our feature artists. I hope you guys like them. We're gonna be doing a little bit different approach on the feature artist. We're actually we're spanning all the genres now, and we're going through different genres that I think are interesting and I think are very untouched by the movie market, and just in general, most shows don't bring that type of music on, but I love it, so I'm putting it on. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Love is a battlefield.
Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed our feature artist, like always. And now I want to go into my review of the Academy Awards. First of all, the Academy Awards, I hate them. I hardly ever watch them. And when I do, I get pissed and I'm screaming at the TV 90% of the time because I'm that angry person that just can't stand these freaking people. These old white men with, and they're just, fuck you, this stupid fuckers, this and that and the other, smoking their cigars in the room. That's what I imagine these idiots do when they're deciding their film. And like always, they never disappoint. Best Picture this year was Spotlight. Yes, it was a good film, not a great film. It did not deserve Best Picture, okay? There was phenomenal selection of films this year. Bridge of Spies, Mad Max, Revenant, The Martian, The Big Short, Room, and Brooklyn were all phenomenal films and deserved it way more than Spotlight did. Honestly, in my opinion, I would have gone with Mad Max. That film was fantastic. From beginning to end, George Miller did such a great job with this, and he's been snubbed a million times more than Leo has. That goes into the second one. Best Actor. I saw The Revenant. It was a great film. Did not like Leo's performance in it, though. This was not his best performance. It was very weak. He barely even talked. He barely presented at all any type of emotion. This was not his best film. I mean, I put this a little bit above The Beach. That's how bad this movie was as an actor point of view. I mean, seriously, guys? Seriously? You guys gave him Best Actor for this film and not for the million other films that he deserved it for? Shutter Island, Aviator. Oh my god, Aviator. Jesus Christ. I mean, the list goes on of all the great films that he's done and got snubbed for. And you give it to this one. What the hell? Fassbender deserved the best actor in this, in my opinion. Fassbender is a very underappreciated actor, and this man deserves an Oscar. He finally got a nomination, which is great. Finally, he has that. So hopefully next year in his whichever other film he comes out in, he will get a best actor. I really hope so. The next one, Best Director. All right. Iñárritu did a phenomenal job with this film, The Revenant. He did a great job. Okay? But because I enjoyed Mad Max so much, I honestly think it deserved Best Director. I don't think it deserved a lot of the awards that it got, and I'm pretty sure they're making up for the fact that he didn't get Best Director or Best Picture, and they gave him as, like, oh, here you go. I think that he should have won Best Director. George Miller, of course. His ex-wife or wife won Best Editor. She is phenomenal, and that was very well deserved. Best Visual Effects, I completely agreed. And I'm so glad the underdog won in this field. Ex Machina 100% deserved that award. Mad Max was also in this category. Mad Max did not have any special effects. They had very minimal effects, and most, which is so awesome, was that it was mostly practical effects. That is phenomenal. I love that, how they did that. The Revenant, not that much visual effects either. The Martian, yeah, it was very heavy on visual effects, but not so great of a movie. So Ex Machina was the leader of the pack in my opinion. It was a phenomenal film, and we just reviewed it, so it really stands up in my opinion. Yeah, that's pretty much my view of the Academy Awards, the 88th Academy Awards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this weird episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed my pick for the feature review, Full Metal Jacket, and we'll see you guys again next Friday. I hope you guys enjoy that, and we're coming up on our 25th episode, and that's going to be a special tribute, and we're going to do a little bit special thanks to everybody, I guess. All right, so we'll see you guys next week, and this is Man Bites Film.